And these sketches are for a book that I did with Kelly Sinipa Murray, who is from Guadeloupe and lives in Guadeloupe. And her ancestors were also indentured workers, as were Wendy Nannan's. And so I had this experience in childhood that I won't say too much about because that's part of the project. You know, it's like a secret you tell. And so the images tell the story of what happened, but the narrative, like the text, you only know if you have one of the 108 books that were made. So the book is a storybook. It's an adult storybook. It's a true story. It's a very personal story, and it's told like a secret. That's why it's sort of, you know, the books are all sealed, not to be opened except for the person who has it. And so the images are there, and perhaps they will tell some of the emotions, but the story, and it's written like a children's book, but it is really meant for adults. And I guess what I would say, it speaks to an issue that is largely silenced in many places, including the Caribbean. All the storybook does is tell what's happened, and it tells like a, you know, like see Jack run up the hill. It's told as it happens, and it's not a tragic story. It's a less tragic story than I think it could have been, and it's a less tragic story than many other people's stories. But it captures a moment of a real experience. And so working with Kelly, I always loved her style, and we wanted to work together. And so we did 2 rounds of drawings. Like I wrote the story, I worked with the text first, and then I did a version of the drawings you see, and then she adapted them to her own style. There are many distinctive things about her style, but one of them is that her plaited hair is used a lot. So you'll see in most of the images, like a lot of the squiggly lines are plaited hair. And the story begins with a school bell being sounded, and the character makes their way home. So, you know, adults who are interested can read it in the book, but I think just the images hopefully convey enough suggestion.